next tab we're going to do is examples 10 through 12, which is the surface area pyramid. So if you didn't get this information from class, I need you to get your formulas and the information to the formulas in the formula box and our steps. Get those, pause the video if you need to. I'm going to go straight into examples. So for example 10, our first step is to identify the base. In a pyramid, your base will be at the bottom. I'm just going to kind of highlight that part, and I'm going to put the B there. Our base is a square. And so to find the area of the square, I can do base times height or length times width. And our dimensions are a 4 by 4. So our base is 16 inches square. Then we need to find the P. The P represents the perimeter of the base, meaning my distance traveling around. So that would be 4. I go here, that's 4. This would be another 4 and 4. So our perimeter is adding up those 4s, or I can say 4 times 4, which is 16 inches. And then after finding our P, we're going to need to identify and find the L. Your L is your slant height. That represents slant height. It's the height that's slanted or the height in the triangle. So let me just kind of show some stuff here. Our base is the square, excuse me, here. Now, if you look, this 5 inches is pointing to this dotted line here. And this dotted line right here is slanted. It's leaning, but it's the height in the triangle, this lateral face triangle. So the height of the triangle will be your slant height, in case you're not too sure which number to use. It's not an edge. An edge, when I'm referring to an edge is like where the faces meet. That would be an edge. Okay? This would be an edge. It should be in the middle of the triangle. So we know that this slant height is 5. Okay? So all we have to do now is we have to plug it in. Plug it into our formula for surface area. Surface area is 1/2 PL plus B. This is our formula. 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height plus B. So I'm just plugging in the parts. We got 1/2. The perimeter we know is 16. The slant height we know is 5. And our base we know is 16. Alright, so order of operations says 1/2 16 times 5. I think most of y'all know to also just kind of work that or restate that as basically 16 times 5 first, divided by 2, plus our 16. So we got to do the multiplication first and then division. When I do that, this comes out to be 40, then plus my 16 gives me a surface area of 56 inches square. So that's example 2. Sorry about that. Let's go back and get rid of that. On example 4, we're going to follow the steps just like before. The first thing we need to do is we need to recognize our B, our base. If you're not too sure, our base is a triangle again. Well, not again, but it's this triangle here. So I have to, because our base is a triangle, I have to do the formula for the area of a triangle, which is base times height divided by 2. Well, the base of my triangle and the height of my triangle have to make the T, have to be perpendicular. So basically, I'm hoping you see that the base of the triangle is the 12. The height of the triangle is the 10.38. So we're going to do 12 times 10.38 divided by 2. And we get that the base is 62.28. Alright, then we're going to do our perimeter. Our perimeter of our base is just going around our triangle here. So if I travel around, that'll be 12, 12, 12. So I can add 12 3 times, or just say 3 times 12, because all the sides are the same. This is the equilateral triangle. Alright, so that gives me 36 meters. I forgot my units on my base. This was meters squared. And then the next thing I need to do is identify our slant height. Okay? That is, remember, that's the height of one face. And it's the height of the triangle, which is our lateral face. So if you see, I'm hoping you see that this 6 is pointing to the slant height right here. That dotted line is the height of this triangle. So the slant height, our L, is going to be 6. And now we can go into plugging it into the formula. When we do that, surface area is 1/2 PL plus B. Plug in our parts. We have 1/2. 1/2, our perimeter is our 36 times 6 plus our base, which is our 62.28. Alright, so when we get this, we should get 108 here, I believe. Yeah. And then we add the 62.28. And so that gives me my lateral area is 170.28 meters squared. That's our surface area. Alright, so make sure you have this down, you have your steps, so we can stamp to check you off in case you didn't receive the information. Now on a cone, because the surface area formula for a cone is pi RL plus pi r squared, that means basically our parts that we need to identify are the radius and the slant height. Those are the two variables that we need to plug in for, okay? And if you look already, our radius from our center to the edge, we have that. Our radius is 3. Our slant height is still where the distance is slanted or leaning. So our L is 10. And so we're going to plug it in. But when we work this out, I know this is used 3.1445. We're going to answer it in terms of pi, okay? So we're going to keep pi in answer. Meaning we're just going to focus on the numbers and then just add the pi at the end. So when I plug this in, our surface area is pi times the radius. I'm going to run out of room, so let me come underneath here. Surface area is pi times our radius, which is 3, times our slant height, which is 10, plus pi times our radius squared, which is our 3 squared. Well, I'm just going to multiply my numbers together. 3 times 10 is 30, so that's going to become 30 pi. I'm going to put the pi at the end. Plus 3 squared is 9. So 9 pi. Because we leave it in terms of pi, these are like terms. It's like saying 30x plus 9x. Well, we can combine those. But instead of having x's, we have pi. So our surface area is 39 pi. And we have centimeters. Put that at the end. Square. Alright, so that take care of the surface area tab. Just fast forward to go to the next tab. I'm going to pretty much be starting with examples 1, and we got to get through 1 through 6 to kind of finish up our flipbook. Alright, thank you.